So I thought I'd make a little somewhat raw wrapping presents video for YouTube. I'm wrapping the last of some toys for my nephews and my son, Zolito. And I just wanted to show y'all wrapping with the Havoc arm and then the metal arm, a body powered, versus wrapping with a bionic arm, right? So this arm, you know, both of my elbows are actually powered by my muscle, right? So they're both a little bit to difficult to lift, right? Every time you see me move my elbow, it's my chest, and I worked out with this arm today, and it can be a little bit physically difficult to maneuver body powers as an above the elbow user. So you're gonna see me wrap this bad boy, and some of these tricks I kind of like. It looks like I'm better than I am because this is my third gift that I'm wrapping. The other ones I just did them for TikTok, but I guess you could say that wrapping with a bionic is a little bit easier because everything that I do maneuvering this arm, I kind of have, you'll see me adjust, like to move my elbow and lock my elbow, and or the claw specifically. But it's not, I don't have a fully bionic arm. Both of my elbows are body powered, and that's just because durability is a big issue for me. So I want my arm to be more durable, and I favor durability over let's say lock my elbow, over like being able to do certain things. But wrapping presents specifically is easier with my bionic arm. I'm just doing this to show, if people were to choose this, and a lot of above the elbow users, especially below the elbow users, do choose to not have a bionic, and that's because durability. And whenever I talk about durability, when it comes to prosthetics, I factor in a couple of different things. To me, one of the things that goes into durability is the fact that things are battery powered, right? So arms don't last all day long, and so especially if you choose to have a bionic elbow, you have the same size batteries that you would have for just a hand. So with this arm, I can pack it, bring it with me wherever I go, and the only thing that I really need with it is like lube, and it's pretty tough, and it's water resistant, things that you don't have to worry about, with arms that are not battery powered, and I'm really critical of upper extremity prosthetics versus legs because you know legs, even body power, even bionic legs for the most part are all water resistant, and with arms above the elbows, I don't want to hear people talk about below the elbow people because I'll get a lot of the comments mentioning Tasca water resistant hands, and I know a couple of manufacturers are working on water resistant hands, but none of them, as far as I know, are working on water resistant elbows. But I personally have fried a $110,000 elbow by getting caught in the rain, and so with this bad boy, it's not something you have to worry about. But you do see me, have to move things with my hand and manually open and close this TRS Jaws. But You can see now that I've been working on a while to get this elbow down. I can do a lot of different things by just the elbow movement. And so this is an elbow system um, that I really like. And so let me show you, for instance, like, whenever you have an elbow, like, I can do things like just such a big deal to have an elbow. So both of my elbows are body powered, and and a little bit. Yes, making sure I'm straight. And a little bit what I'll do for you guys is juxtapose this versus wrapping presence with bionic hand, hybrid elbow. And it is better. Um, and I just wanted to show you guys things that I struggle with because I know, like, there's no wheelchair equivalent for upper extremity people. So, I have so many injuries to this hand that without a prosthetic, it's very hard for me because, I get such bad issues just using this hand. And so that's why I'm such a big prosthetic advocate, and especially for this arm. But yeah, so just a little Christmas video of wrapping one gift with the metal arm, the Havoc arm, versus what you'll eventually see is the bionic arm that I have, either the leather one or the blue one that everybody likes. Okay. Thank you for the support. I've been traveling. I just got back from the Ukraine. That I haven't even talked about that yet, but that's just I'm so stoked about that because to all the Ukrainian soldiers that I met over there in the hospitals, and that's something that I didn't even grab a lot of content on, but all you Ukrainians that supported me and messaged me about this arm specifically because of the shooting and moving with it, I wanted for a long time to to do stuff with you guys because just want to see if I'm in frame. Let me just kneel. Yeah, so for all the and this is gonna be like a really long little video, but I'm just gonna upload it clean. But yeah, I had spent some time in the Ukraine, and that's because all of these messages that I got from all of the Ukrainian soldiers asking specifically about this arm because they wanted to return to service and fight, for their freedom, for their country, with the prosthetic, and you guys probably see me shooting and moving with this prosthetic and climb Kilimanjaro with this and swim with it, and there's really nothing like or there's not that many options for people with my amputation level, and so I spent so much time visiting and talking with all the Ukrainian wounded warriors and visiting different hospitals, and I spoke at a amputee conference there. And just like I wish I had more time with them, and I'm looking to get this kind of prosthetic for those guys because I think that this prosthetic is super important, especially for people who don't have access to charging, don't have access to prosthetic people who can fix their stuff. This arm, came out of necessity of me breaking prosthetics and there not being a lot of options for active users because to a lot of prosthetic companies, somebody like me who's very, physically active, you know what I mean, as an above the elbow user is an outlier. And that's not the case for leg people. Leg people don't really have to worry about fighting to make prosthetics more durable like arm people are because just the nature of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. It's a whole nother thing. But I just wanted to talk about little things with this, and just having visited the Ukraine, and I've been traveling for different things and talking about this arm. But I'm just so happy that I finally made the connection to visit and see in person Ukrainian counterparts, because like so many people compare me to the Winter Soldier, and I hate that comparison because I don't like really being compared to like a superhero steroided out Russian when I'm like, I really was a combat wounded Marine, so I'm like summer Marine. Those people are our enemy. I don't like being compared to a Russian. Whenever my real life is difficult, and visiting those Ukrainian wounded warriors really made me understand that it was important that I talk about how hard it is overcoming my disability. Um, and I was just like, I just thought that was some Winter Soldier, epic shit that I was able to go over there and just like, if I'm not scared of Russians, to actually visit the Ukrainians in person and visit their hospitals. And it was just so awesome and so inspiring to meet those dudes. And I gave away my cowboy hat to one of them, who reminded me of me. He wanted to train. He was missing his arm above the elbow, and he wanted to train MMA. And you guys know I love training, fighting MMA just as a man, just growing up in the valley, having been jumped multiple times as a kid. Like, I didn't get that from the Marine Corps. I was just like, nah. As soon as I was wounded, I wanted to be able to protect myself, and I was able to with this prosthetic train. And I showed them this, and I gave one of the boys. I wish I brought more stuff. I wish I brought more stuff to give them, but I gave one of the guys my cowboy hat. So, look out for a little, Tejano looking cowboy hat over there in the Ukraine to one of my people in the hospitals out there. But yeah, just a lot of talking in this video. Going with wrapping a present with this arm, but it's just because I know I haven't posted in a long time, and I've just seen all the support, and I just wanted to talk about specifically. I went over there because Ukrainians hit me up on TikTok and YouTube, and I was like, man, I really want to make this connection happen in the States or whatever. And when the opportunity arose to go to the Ukraine, I was like, hell yeah! If I'm gonna say I'm about this kind of stuff, let me make sure that if afforded the opportunity, I make it happen. So yeah, so more stuff and content on this arm to come. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing.